Hello everyone, my name's Idiotic Synergy, and today we are talking about Warhammer Epic, or actually Warhammer Legions Imperialis, even though Warhammer Epic is sort of back because the Epic scale is back, but only for the Horus Heresy. And honestly, I really like this box set. I might pick it up. Seriously, I want to play this with someone, because this seems brilliant. I mean, if I want to get someone new into Warhammer, I want to know what the rules are first. I'm hoping it's not overly complicated, because this would be perfect to give to someone who's interested into Warhammer and wants to, get started into Warhammer. I think this would be a good way to go about it, because then you can have like the big large scale battles, but because all the models themselves are very small, you don't have to worry about, the massive amounts of carrying space that you need and everything. It's all very compact, and I like it. I really do, but I want to know what the rules are for it first, and I want this. I really want this, mainly because there is one unit that has been overlooked, and it's a crying shame. The unit in question is the Ogrins. There's four bases worth of Ogrins. Look, you have 8 Ogrins. Look how tiny they are. I really want these tiny Ogrins. I want an entire army of tiny Ogrins. I want to know if you can do that. Seriously, I want to know if I can have an army that is nothing but tiny Ogrins, because that sounds funny to do. Just a bunch of tiny Ogrins just running up to people and killing them. That would be really fun. But yeah, epic scale. So basically, if you don't know, everything is tiny. Everyone is literally just some little guys. And that joke is never going to get old at all. At all. It's going to get old at some point, but not today. And yeah, I find it interesting that it's Death Guard versus the Solar Auxilia. My apologies for that pronunciation, but I find that interesting because Death Guard, I thought it would be like Sons of Horus or something, but I'm glad it's Death Guard because pre-Heresy. Because Horus Heresy Death Guard is really cool. Yeah, I really like Horus Heresy era Death Guard, so seeing this is making me really happy. So yeah, you got your squads. So you've got oh, I've already got an idea for a meme dub for these guys as well. Anyway, so you've got this squad here where, they're like, aha, I assume they're the leaders. I like the tiny Terminators. Look at the Cataphracti Terminators. They look so chunky. They do, so chunky. I like them. I really like them. Also, like, look. One's got a Thunder Hammer. That's really cool. I just wish, in 40k, Chaos Terminators can have Thunder Hammers. That would be nice. Anyway, sorry. Then you've got your Plasma Squads, which look really cool. And because it's all small scale, the paint scheme is rather simplistic. It still works ridiculously well, but if you're not a great painter, like myself, I'm pretty sure painting these would be a lot easier than painting full-scale models. I really want to get this box. It seems really fun to put together and all sorts. And just look at it. It is so cool. I like it. And my apologies if this video is just me repeating myself. I haven't done one of these videos in quite some time. Usually I've just been scripting stuff, so this is kind of weird to do again. But you also have tiny dreadnoughts. Tiny dreadnoughts, let's go. And tiny tanks. And tiny tanks. I love this scale so much. It's adorable. I just want my tiny Ogren army. That's what I want to do. Tiny Ogren army. Imagine that, and like all you have is nothing but Ogrens. That's your army. I want to know if that's possible because it would be the funniest thing to do. It would be really funny to do. Impractical, but really funny. Just tiny Ogrens charging up the board going, ah! That'd be funny. Yeah, and then you have the Solar Auxilia with, you know, their weapons, and they look cool. Yeah, they just look really cool. Is that thunder hammers or axes? I can't tell. I assume they're axes, but they could also be no, they're axes. I see the blade. I see the blade. It's there, so that's kind of cool. A bunch of Imperial Guardsmen with bloody axes as menacing as shit. Then you've got this squad here, which I like. I think the problem I have with this squad more than the Death Guard squad is that their helmets sort of blend in a little bit more to the rest of the armor, so you can't really tell where the face is, if that makes sense. It's not really that defined, but that could just be me being blind. Yeah, see what I mean? It's silver. I think it's more of the paint job. It's silver on slightly different shade of silver. It's really hard to tell, you know, the helmets apart and everything, but it is on this scale, so I'm not going to go, oh, this is terrible, because the scale is incredibly small. In fact, it's impressive to pick out bits of detail like on the guns and the shoulder pads. I think it looks really cool. It's just the helmets I'm having a bit of a problem with. The Ogrens, however, look perfect. I'm not biased, shut up. I just want my army of Horus Heresy Ogrens. That's what I want out of life. Horus Heresy Ogrens. You cannot stop me. No one can. But as a game, I'm interested in seeing what the rules are. And of course, the Imperial Guard has its vehicles. Like, you have your Armoured Sentinels. You've got your Leman Russes? Or is that the Malcador? No, that's the Malcador tanks. Yeah, those are Leman Russes. Those are the Malcador tanks. I'm not Kirioth. I can't. I'm not a tank expert. Kirioth, however, can just smell the scent of the tank and tell you everything about it because he's Kirioth. He knows every single tank in Warhammer. I'm convinced of this. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And of course, you got two Titans that are very tiny. And I'm pretty sure you can probably use them in Adeptus Titanicus, and I nearly called it Adeptus Ridiculous. Oh no, what the Adeptus Ridiculous, the board game. It would literally be a 6-hour board game of DK trying to guess the quote. One of you is trying to guess the quote. The other one has to take a shot every time the quote is guessed wrong. And the third person can put chaos cards down. Roleplay as the Adeptus Ridiculous crew. First one to get absolutely smashed wins. There's a board game in there somewhere. Anyway, yeah, two Titans. And I like them. They look cool, and that's the rule book, and I am probably going to buy this at some point. I want to get this, but I've got Leviathan to build up and paint as well. So yeah, that's it really. And obviously I'm going to talk about other previews as well, so if you want to just stop at this video, go for it. But if you want to listen to me talk about some other stuff at the Warhammer preview yesterday, then go for it. But everyone and their mums has already talked about this preview, so yeah, see you later, take care, and stay safe.